A powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake has hit Nepal near the capital city of Kathmandu.
A search and rescue operation that made headlines worldwide.
One unit has become legendary, the Israeli medical unit.
45 doctors and 29 nurses, all of them volunteers.
When people need us, then we have this thing that we volunteer and we come and help.
See how Israelis are helping others around the world. Plus, learn how you can protect your privacy on today's 700 Club Interactive. Hi, and welcome to the show. With many years of experience dealing with war and terrorism, Israelis are uniquely qualified to respond when disaster strikes.
In 2015, a magnitude 7.8 earthquake devastated Nepal. It's the worst quake to hit that area in more than 80 years, and Israeli doctors and rescue teams were among the first on the scene.
A powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake has hit Nepal near the capital city of Kathmandu.
A major new aftershock, magnitude 6.7.
It's the worst quake to hit Nepal in more than 80 years.
And even Nepal desperation is turning to despair as more violent aftershocks rattle that region.
In the midday of Saturday, literally, we felt the earth shaking. So if we felt it in Delhi, I can't imagine how bad it was here in Kathmandu.
The massive earthquake killed nearly 9,000 people and injured 22,000 more. In just a few moments, hundreds of thousands of people had become homeless. The world mobilized to help. And among the first to arrive in Nepal were doctors from the Israel Defense Forces, or IDF.
I got a phone call, middle of the night, you're going.
We're now in Gangabu district inside the city of Kathmandu, which is one of the worst areas hit by the earthquake on last Saturday. As you can see here, the devastation is just enormous, and the recovery process will take a long time.
Within 96 hours after the earthquake, we already have a field hospital here fully operational.
The devastation in Nepal was extreme, but for the Israeli doctors, it was nothing new.
A major disaster may be unfolding right now in Haiti, hit today by a powerful earthquake.
It is hard to imagine a country less able to cope with a devastating earthquake.
This earthquake could rival some of the worst calamities ever to afflict the Earth.
When a catastrophic earthquake devastated Haiti in 2010, more than 200 IDF volunteers arrived in Port-au-Prince to help. In less than 12 hours, they built a hospital on this soccer field. And over the next 2 weeks, they treated more than 1,000 patients. The dedication and efficiency of the Israeli army doctors caught the attention of the worldwide media.
One unit has become legendary, the Israeli medical unit.
As you walk through this campus, it has military precision. You see a pediatric ward, you see a maternity ward, a newborn intensive care unit.
I've been here since Thursday. No one except the Israeli hospital has taken any of our patients.
I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed at what's here. This is like another world compared to the other hospital. My God, they have machines here. They have actual operating rooms, and it's just amazing.
3 years later, the IDF repeated their success halfway around the world when the most powerful typhoon in modern history slammed into the Philippines. After the storm, an IDF team built a field hospital on the island of Cebu, where they treated nearly 3,000 patients, performed 60 surgeries, and delivered 36 babies. The very first one was born prematurely and weighed just under 5 pounds. His parents named him Israel.
This is not the first time. We are also very experienced, and we're interested in doing it because this is our nature as a country. This is a tradition in Israel. Every time, anywhere in the world, something like this happens, earthquakes or a tsunami, or when people need us, then we have this thing that we volunteer and we come and help.
2 years later in Nepal, the IDF once again led the world's first responders. Within 4 days of the earthquake, they were running this hospital in a field outside Kathmandu.
What you see is actually a full-fledged field hospital, but one which is capable of giving operations in every form, shape or size. And we will be treating tens of thousands of Nepalese wounded in the next 3-4 weeks or whatever, however long it takes until the amount of wounded subsides and they are back into real life.
We brought the best equipment that we can, the best people that we can, and we try to do it as fast as possible. We know that every minute counts to save life. Imaging, laboratories, taking care of kids, taking care of new babies and newborn, of course, operations, everything that you see in a hospital, we have over here.
The IDF's medical team included 45 doctors and 29 nurses, all of them volunteers.
Right after the earthquake, we immediately call and say, we want to go. Even before the government decides that they send us, all the volunteers are jumping. I have small children. My kids are 9, 7, and 3 years old. And of course, the little one, she doesn't understand where I am. I miss them a lot. I have a good husband and he helps me a lot. People fight to come here because it brings out the best in human beings. And everyone here are showing their best side of the personality. So it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be with such good people.
Among those good people were these former soldiers who were on vacation in Nepal when the earthquake struck.
The day after the earthquake, we heard that there was a base here, and we wanted to help, of course, so we came with a taxi by ourselves, and we came here to help. We were helping the pharmacy here with all the medical stuff and moving stuff. Basically, I helped taking some injured people with beds to the surgery. Anything they need, we're here. This is like the education of the Israeli people, like from the army and from the families and from the reality in Israel. This is how we work. This is us.
The IDF wasn't the only Israeli group on the ground in Nepal. Since 2001, the NGO IsraAid has been on the front lines of disaster relief around the world.
We work together with the local community, with the Nepali army, Nepali police, and we're also leading a team now of humanitarian relief aid from Norway, France, and the US. We're trying to look for survivors, to rescue whoever we can, whether it's people dead or alive. Our team just landed on Tuesday morning. We took them straight from the airport here to this building, and they started to work without sleeping, without resting, without drinking, without eating. Immediately started to work because we know that every minute is critical if we want to find survivors.
Speaking truly, that no one was exactly helping us.
Then Israeli team came and they first started to dig up there. And they didn't have any tools or equipment right then, but with the hand they started to dig up and they came and helped us, and that was very incredible.
Under this building that you see here, they estimate that there's about 20 to 24 people still trapped there. We already pulled out 4 bodies, and we're now trying to look for more.
The team used a machine called a life scanner that can identify signs of life.
The cleaning lady of this house, she in the stairway somewhere, and she is alive.
After 10 hours, they pulled 24-year-old Krishna Kumari Katka from the rubble of this 7-story building. She had been trapped for 128 hours, next to 3 dead bodies.
IsraAid straight from the airport and started digging up. And the thing they have and other didn't have is faith and hope. They found Krishna Kumari.
For IsraAid, the dramatic rescue was just the beginning of an ongoing mission in Nepal.
Here you see the rescue expertise, but on top of that in IsraAid, we're also bringing medical teams, and we're starting a first trauma care program, bringing Israeli expertise to help the survivors, to help people who lost their families and loved ones, to help them cope with this trauma.
In Africa, in Asia, in South America, in East Europe, you see operations that help local population and work with them closely to ensure food security, to help them ensure that they have adequate water supply, clean water. These are problems that Israel had been facing for over 60-something years and even before. And we want to share that experience. We know how important it is, and we have the experience, so there's no reason in the world that we'll only keep that experience to ourselves.
In the end, I'm standing here not just as Giora, and not just as Dr. Giora or the representative of the Israeli mission, but I stand here as a Jew who believes in God, and I think that God wants me here because he wants me to help these people because they need help. I think that's not only our privilege, but our duty.
Wow, Terry, when you consider someone trapped in rubble for days, they don't care about what faith tradition the rescuers are or politically what's going on. They desperately need help, and these Israeli organizations are leading the way. It doesn't matter the faith tradition, the political barriers. They're saying, let's do what we can to help people, inspiring.
I don't think I've seen in recent years a group of people who so identify themselves as this is us, you know, this is our DNA, this is what we do, this is who we are as a people, and it's so impressive. Yeah, it's so impressive. Wow, what a difference they're making. Well, CBN has released a new documentary on DVD called To Life, How Israeli Volunteers Are Changing the World. The DVD will inspire you and move you to tears. It tells the story of extraordinary Israeli organizations who are transforming lives literally across the globe. You'll get a first-hand view as volunteers rescue Syrian refugees and provide life-saving heart surgery to children, and there's much, much more on here. Plus, the film features stunning cinematography. If you'd like to have a copy for yourself, call now to receive To Life. It's our thank you for your gift of $10 or more. Our number's toll-free. It's 1-800-700-7000, or you can get To Life by going to cbn.com.
Thank you, Terry. Well, coming up, Puerto Rico was devastated by twin hurricanes last year. Now see why some are calling the storms blessings in disguise.
This is actually bringing a revival to the island. I think Puerto Rico is going to be a main focus point in the Caribbean to keep sharing the gospel even more.
We're going to see how churches are helping revitalize the island.
Plus, the Facebook data leak has everyone talking about online privacy and security. We'll share how you can protect your family. It's all next. We'll be back in a moment. Hurricane Maria devastated much of Puerto Rico last September, but the storm also paved the way for a spirit of revival. Take a look at this.
Puerto Rico has been stripped of so much in the wake of Hurricane Maria, but what is flourishing here is the church.
The story of the isolated mountain village of Comarillo tells it all. George Santiago grew up here, but left for more opportunity in the States. Last summer, however, God called him back to start a church in his hometown. At first, nothing seemed to be happening.
When we came here in July 2017, we didn't have a chance to open the Bible and preach the gospel to the people.
But just 2 months later, Hurricane Maria turned this pretty mountain stream into a raging river, and the people of Comarillo were paralyzed. Their town in shambles and their access to food and water gone.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was destruction everywhere.
Santiago quickly sprang into action, using his Southern Baptist denomination to find resources like food, water, and even washing machines so people could wash their clothes. These acts of service, he says, became his way back into the community and his path to sharing the gospel.
People were just blown out and were asking all the time, you know, what are you guys doing there?
Since the storm, at least 50 people have come to Christ in Comarillo, and Santiago has started what he calls a baby church for the new believers.
He placed us in Puerto Rico in the right moment, the perfect moment for one church to, you know, give birth.
And Santiago is not alone. Carlos Rodriguez oversees church planting on the island for the Southern Baptists and says Maria has paved the way for enormous spiritual growth.
If you ask any pastor across Puerto Rico, crossing denominations, no one will say that Hurricane Maria was a bad thing in a way. In the human perspective, of course. Still, we have a lot of people without power, limited situations. But from the spiritual perspective, everyone said, no, it was a blessing.
Southern Baptists see a unique opportunity right now. They're planting 3 new churches this year ahead of schedule, and they're pouring hundreds of volunteers and resources into the territory in the hopes of winning more for Christ. Pastor Farland Reynosa is working with mission teams from the States and watching people come to the Lord.
I mean, this is actually bringing a revival to the island. Just by helping people put a tent or just cutting the trees, just stuff that it's simple probably for many of us, but for them means a lot.
In San Juan, Maria damaged Pastor Gabriel Prada's church, but that didn't stop church members from distributing food and water right after the storm.
We converted the church into a distribution center, and we made sure that it went out as quickly as possible.
Even 6 months later, Prada sees Maria as a huge opportunity for the church. But he's also up against some tough realities, as are other churches. More than 100,000 Puerto Ricans have left the island since Maria. His church has lost people and offerings. But Rodriguez says that believers must see even the migration as an opportunity for the gospel. He's telling churches with members that leave for the States, send them as missionaries.
Don't say that it's a loss. No, it's a gain always. Teach those people, if the Lord is moving you to the U.S., to the mainland, any state, you have to be connected with the church. You have to be their light. You're going to be a missionary there.
Churches are also acutely aware of severe mental health needs right now. Surviving the storm and its aftermath has led to widespread depression for many and a spike in suicide attempts. But in the midst of such suffering, believers are seeing a hunger for the gospel, an acknowledgement that business as usual just won't work.
I think it's going to be an exponential explosion of many new churches and many people following God's calling to pastor churches, to be that evangelist that God wants us to be. I think Puerto Rico is going to be a main focus point in the Caribbean to keep sharing the gospel even more.
Last month, Pastor George baptized 10 new believers, and he keeps this display of locks with the keys thrown away as a reminder of new souls that cannot be separated from the love of Christ.
We are experiencing a revival, literally a revival. We see people desiring and hungry of hope.
From that perspective, it's a moment of hope in Puerto Rico right now, because as the island is rebuilding physically, it's also rebuilding spiritually. Reporting in Puerto Rico, Heather Sells, CBN News.
As if church planning isn't hard enough, you have Pastor Santiago going there, and that devastation hits, but he's positioned to be the hands and feet of Christ and showing what the church is to be about.
It's almost like when everything is going smoothly, you know, God doesn't have our attention. And then something like this happens and we see our need for him and see his ability to make a difference in the midst of chaos. Quite an amazing thing. People still out of power there, so still.
I'm glad Heather brought us that report to see what's still going on there. Well, still to come with all the recent data leaks, we'll look at ways to keep your privacy safe for you and your family. That's next. Stay with us. Well, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg testified in front of Congress recently because of a massive data leak. And with that in mind, we wanted to share some ways to keep you and your family and your privacy safe. So joining me now is tech lifestyle expert Caleb Kenchlow. Caleb, welcome to the show.
Andrew, thank you for having me on. Always a pleasure.
It's good to have you back. So when it comes to Facebook, I don't know how much parents pay attention, families pay attention, but what would you say is a good first step for families to stay safe online?
Right, Andrew. You know, the thing is, we've gotten so relaxed with our privacy, especially in terms of our children. The number one thing I say is to make sure that your profile is set to your friends only, because by default it tends to be, it's public. But then I'd say even go a step further than that. What I recommend doing is taking your friends list and even dividing it. So what I mean by that is saying, as you can see, I think we have some video of that as well, creating lists to kind of delineate between certain people. So we're talking like close family members, and with close family members, then you show vacation photos, you talk about your kids, just more personal things that you don't want the masses of all your friends, the hundreds of thousands that you might have, to be aware of.
Do you think some people just are intimidated to go through this process? Technologically, I can't figure this out, or they just don't know it exists?
I think mostly they just don't know that it exists. Because again, we've gotten so relaxed with just the idea of just having access to things and not being aware of who is actually looking at our data and our information online.
What about cover photos? That's significant, isn't it?
Yes, it is. A lot of people don't realize that your profile picture and your cover photo are always public to people on or off Facebook. So just here, so you don't want to actually showcase.
And you don't have a choice in that.
You don't have a choice in that. It's the default. So you don't want to showcase.
Settings for it.
No settings. So you don't want to showcase things, like your kids. You don't want people to know maybe that you have a bunch of kids or just personal information that you wouldn't want just maybe specific friends or family members to be aware of.
So simple, just make them generic?
Yeah, just make them generic. Like don't show things like, like we saw in the picture before, like, your kids.
What about GPS safety and locator settings, things like that?
Right. Well, the obvious one would be to just not put like the location of where you are in the photo. But Andrew, one of the gotchas that people don't realize is that the location feature is actually connected to the camera on your smart device. So what you need to do is, beyond just blocking it on Facebook, you need to go through your camera settings on your Android and your iPhone and say, turn off location features for the camera, because it's connected to all your apps. And the camera is really just another app, just like, say like your credit card or a travel app like Yelp, or for like Google Maps or something like that.
So people may say, good, I've protected myself via Facebook.
Right.
But there's a whole nother level to this, and that's on your phone specifically.
Right, exactly. Because what happens, people don't understand, is that there are actually meta tags within each picture that you post. So if someone were going to be malicious, they could actually go onto your profile picture, take the picture, and although you can't tell, but they can tell, they can see, where you actually are, where the picture's been taken.
So if someone's not getting this, what's the danger in that?
Well, the danger of that is, for one, let's say you're talking about children's safety, because they're not really, they can't protect themselves. So I can find out where your child's school is. I can find out the path that they're taking to the school. I can find out information about where their daycare might be. Maybe different family members, different people. So basically, if they want someone to cause any harm to your child, they have a whole document of information to just, cause malicious intent to your family.
All right, and thank you for bringing up children. So do you have any other tips for parents their kids are getting into technology? I mean, some of these kids are 7, 8 years old, and they know a great deal about social media and the phones. I mean, can you give us some, I know it's a broad question, but some good tips to remember for parents?
Right. Andrew, I have two for you. The first one is to be aware of what the apps and also the devices, physical devices they have, what they can do. So, for example, if you have an Xbox, a PlayStation, does it have access to YouTube? Does it have unfiltered access to the internet? Does it have communication access as well? The second thing, this is one that I think a lot of parents don't realize, it's not just one conversation. We as parents need to have ongoing conversations throughout their lives, as they're learning, how to use technology, and even just growing as an adult.
Be engaged and educate ourselves as parents.
Well.
We've summarized some of Caleb's tips here, so just to recap. First, change your privacy settings from public to friends only. Do not post pictures of your children in your profile or cover photo. That's easy enough. Number 3, turn off the location feature on Facebook and in your phone settings. Fourth, know what kind of access each device or app allows. Last 2, number 5, know your kids' passwords. You're going to have to ask them for that.
Oh, yeah, well.
Okay. And number 6, have ongoing conversations as a family. Great tips, Caleb. We really appreciate it. We're going to bring you back to talk more about this, especially with all the news about Facebook going on.
Excellent. Thank you, Andrew.
Thanks for being with us. I want to leave you today with Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16. But do not forget to do good and to share, for with such sacrifices, God is well pleased. Also want to remind you, if you need prayer for anything in your life, you can give us a call, 800-700-7000, and there's someone on the other end of that line to pray with you. We would love to carry your need before the throne room of God. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on 700 Club Interactive.